Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Tuff Blazer, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. And we're back with another replay review, replay analysis, whatever you want to call it. And this time we've got a viewer-submitted replay. So the first ever one. Shout out to Sky Fox. How we set this up is I told him to join the Discord. Link is in the description every time, as always, but I also will have a pinned comment in this video, or under the video, I guess, with that link that you guys can join. And basically, all you guys got to do is find the replay reviews text channel that I have on there, and just submit your replay file, and also let me know what rank you are and what rank you hope to achieve, just like Sky did here in his YouTube title. But I will say, it's a lot easier if you guys can send me the replay files. Unfortunately, though, Sky was on console, and as far as I know, I don't think there's a way you can actually get replay files on console. But if you guys know anything about that, please let me know in the comments. That'd be so helpful, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there on console that maybe watch my videos. So what we ended up doing instead is Sky ended up just recording his POV on one of his replays, and then uploading it to YouTube as unlisted, and then sending that to me, or sending that in the replay review Discord channel. So, I mean, obviously the only downside to not having an actual replay is I can't go to other perspectives and, like, look around the map with fly mode during every instance. There's a lot of helpful stuff you can see in the replays, like even boost amount for your teammates and opponents. Just better, kind of better, gives better insight on the opponents and the teammates and why they were going for stuff that they were going for. But let's get right into it. So, right off kickoff, that is a goal. Okay, so let me just go back to the beginning here. Okay, so it starts already mid kickoff. Let's take a look. So, yeah, I mean, from the looks of this, your teammate should definitely get another 50 on this. So I don't think your positioning here is necessarily the worst, right? Because you're facing towards their net, facing towards a play. I don't know what, like, this is kind of where it would be nice to see this guy's perspective. I'm not sure what he did. I don't know if he turned to the left or something, but the ball clearly went over him. I have no idea. What that guy there should have done, my bad for rewinding. I just want to get to that exact moment. Right there, he should have just single jumped into this. Right? Cover that shot right there with the single jump. So I can't blame Sky here at all. It's kind of, I mean, it's a well-placed shot as well. Super far to the left. If it were any closer to the right, I think Sky would have had that save, but yeah. And then, you know, a little bit of a rough kickoff. That's fine. Right, I mean, obviously if we wanted a good kickoff, you want to land more to the center of this ball. So, like, right here, as you land, turn left a little bit, just to readjust yourself to the center of that ball, and then flip wherever. But yeah, so they don't really get the best thing there. I like this, rotating back post. And right here, you can pretty much see all three of them, and you know for sure you can beat this guy with the ball. This is very good. Obviously now the opponents are in a very awkward spot. That guy really messes up. That Andrew guy, but anyways, unfortunate. They get back in time. Pretty weak shot. Close. Oh, okay, so that ball goes past you here, which isn't ideal. Because we take a look, both your teammates are still up, and it's going to take them a while to recover. But right here, I think this is fine that you go for this. Because, as you can see, that guy overflips, so he can't get to that ball. The other, Andrew also kind of overflipped, because now all his momentum is going towards that wall when the ball is just now bouncing the opposite direction, so it's a bit hard for him to kind of control his car to get to that. But I would have kept in mind Clip here, tried to play a 50 with him. I think what maybe you did there... I mean, obviously, I don't know exactly what you were thinking. I don't know if you were just trying to go for a shot. That is a possibility, because it definitely looked like how someone would maybe shoot this ball, tilting their car this way. Or maybe... I don't know, but... either way, it was pretty clear here that that 50 was going to happen, so you do want to be a bit higher up on this ball. That way you don't get dunked, right? Because if you're more to the middle or a bit higher on this ball, it won't just go over you like that. Obviously, you're kind of like a ramp for this ball, in a sense. Yeah, so... I would say right here, instead of like tilting your car that way, just tilt your car back a little bit so you're more upward, kind of like an aerial form. That way you can hit the center of that ball, maybe a little bit higher up on that ball. But I like this, good half flip. Gets the demo, which is great, and the boost. And this is good, you're going to push up with your teammate, but... right here, you have no vision on the other opponents. Obviously, you know that one guy, he flew all the way back. But right now, it's been a while since you last saw the other opponents, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I would just... I mean, okay, we also know that that guy, he would have respawned in a corner. So he's not going to be near this play. But you have to keep in mind where that third guy is. The guy that ends up hitting this ball. So right here's a good moment where you should just turn off ball cam. Just for a second, see where that guy is, and you probably would have seen him getting closer to this ball. Probably just stay back around this position, right? Just kind of see what happens. Like I don't know, just don't be as up front as you are, because you're kind of assuming you have the entire field to yourself when Andrew's right here, and he ends up getting this hit, and now the ball is behind you. Luckily, though, the ball does not go in a threatening position, and that touch is fine because none of the opponents are near. This is good, kind of just staying third man. We'll go back to it in a second. That leads to a goal, okay. So what I would say right here is, even though it's kind of risky, you're in a very good position to go for this ball. I think worst case scenario in this situation, you're getting a 50-50 that just kind of stalls and stays where it is. And that's great, because that allows your other teammate to rotate back, get some boost, and be ready to rotate in next, right? And that allows this guy to recover. He just got bumped, so he can start rotating back to get third man position. Or, best case, you beat this guy, right? And it's going to go, this guy's going to be out of the play. The opponent's busy ramming that guy, and this guy's just going to be alone, having to clear that. And it keeps pressure. Instead, you kind of back off here when you probably could have gone for it. And I don't know if it was maybe... I don't think you just wanted the boost, because you had good amount of boost. So that doesn't really matter here. I think maybe you just weren't expecting this read, or this... I mean, obviously, I'm not going to blame you for not expecting the second hit right there. That's whack. But you're still at a good enough distance to where you can go up for this ball. And not really be panicked by it, I think, so... And then right there, you didn't need to hit it. I mean, that guy gets a good landing, no doubt about it. But right here, I see you're trying to backflip it to get it around him. But unfortunately, that's not how it's going to work since you are sideways. So it'll basically... Think about it this way. The ball is directly above your hood. So if you backflip into this, the ball is going to go perpendicular to that wall. So it's going to go this way. Like if you're on the ground and you do a backflip, it's going to go up, perpendicular to the ground. I mean, not entirely perpendicular, but you get the point, right? It does go, you know, away from the wall, away from where your car was positioned on. So anyways, right here I would just leave the ball, let it sort of roll to your corner, like right there. Just keep driving forward, maybe even boost a little so you don't accidentally hit it. Or, actually, I'm just think here. Yeah, just go up a little bit, let it roll, and maybe, just maybe, after it's done rolling for a bit, you can like turn into it and catch the ball. Just do a little light tap, get it on your hood. But I think you just rushed it. So yeah, lead circle. Alright, so down to, but there's still 4 minutes to go. Okay, AFK on the kickoff. I mean, right here, I don't know. I would assume you knew your teammate went to the left here. But I would not abandon your net like this. This is a situation where that guy could easily get it around your teammate. So you're putting a lot of trust in him here, actually, by just going to the left here. Because that leaves your net completely wide open behind you. Instead, what I would do here, you are the third man. I mean, ideally, you probably could have gone for that right corner boost and then rotated perfectly back post. But I think right here, just back up a little bit, position yourself back post, and now, all of a sudden, you're here, you're ready for whatever. The ball's going this way, so you don't even have to push out of net. If this guy, for some reason, tries to bump you when you're back post, it's not really going to do anything. It's not a very threatening spot at all. It's just like here in this corner. There's no way anybody's going to be able to score from right here directly. You're going to have to make some sort of pass. At that point, you know, your team is already there. And you're good to go. Either way, 5 people commit on that. Kind of crazy, but it works out. So now you're on the right side. Right here, just get some pads. You know, you can kind of hover around this area and get some pads. Because, let me just see here. It's not like the ball is going to go back, right? Not really, it's just stuck in their corner. So just take this time to take some pads from around the midfield. You don't have to go all the way back. You already... the problem here that I saw is you got a pad here, which is great. 12 boost, right? I mean, that's something. You can keep accumulating the 12 boosts from these pads. But you use this pad, or you use that 12 boost to go into your corner. The boost isn't even there yet. And so you realize it's not there, and you try to just go back up this way. And at that point, the ball's already to the right side. You can't really do much about that. Now, had you just kind of been hovering around this midfield, getting pads, right? You would have been around here, probably. Around this general area. And I mean, obviously I would wait there, but you would be much closer to this wall. Right? You would have been much closer. You wouldn't have had to come from all the way on this left wall. You would have already been here earlier. So you might have been like right here. And this is something you can go up for and get the beat on that guy with, right? Instead, right here, at this moment, I wouldn't even go for this. I would back up. I would turn towards your corner, start rotating back. Because you see 3 guys already on this side, so I would be very surprised if not a single one of these guys gets to this ball before you. I mean, this is kind of bad by them to all be here. You know, like there should be some spacing. But nonetheless, yeah, this is just something you're a bit too far to get. At this point, for sure, like you should know there's no way. So you should have already been back in your corner boost. Instead, you do go for this, and this is going to put you out of position. Way out of position. Another thing as well, I'm noticing on your recoveries, You're kind of just holding the accelerate, which is fine. But I would add in some flips. Flips are a good way to get around the map faster without using boost, and it's good to be able to recover fast. Like you would have already been to your back post by then, right? And then, yeah, just gonna push up from there. I'm gonna go back to here. So in this scenario, you do play back post. So you just rotate to this corner here and just chill here, where my mouse cursor is. Here you can just wait there. Both your teammates are pushing up, so just wait there again. Just keep waiting there. Just keep waiting there. Keep waiting there. Then let that guy go. And now you can push up. Just being patient. Playing back post, being patient. Either way, it ends up being a goal. But I don't want to just point out mistakes that like lead to goals. I want to point out just any sort of little thing I see. Because at the end of the day, you are trying to get champ, right? And so as I'm trying to give as many tips as possible that can all kind of add up and help you become better and better to get to champ. It's right here. Oh. Okay, so that leads to a goal. So let's just run it back. Okay, first of all, one thing I would say right here. Usually in threes, you don't really see this too much in the until like honestly Grand Champ. You don't see it consistently until Grand Champ, which is kind of surprising. And obviously this is all what all the pros do. But if you're in this position in threes, you want to just cheat up for this. And what I mean is just like kind of flip up for this, get these pads along the way, just kind of wait for situations just like this. It's not always going to happen, but when the ball stalls like that, this is perfect for you to just go in there, because these guys, they don't have any momentum. You're going to have all the momentum going into this ball, so even if this guy hits the ball, you're just going to dunk it right over him. Simple as that, right? And that allows you guys to get the possession early, the pressure early. Instead, you're having to defend this, and this actually leads to a goal. But that's not really the main thing here, right? Because that's the thing, most people at this rank don't do that. Right here, though, you definitely rush this. So I'm thinking you probably went up for this not knowing how close the wall was. And you do side flip on accident. So obviously if you are going to aerial for this, you do want to like tilt up a bit more. Because right here you're just like facing straight, so you're not going to get any sort of height. So you want to tilt your analog stick back a little bit more. But even then, this is not what I would be doing here. I would just wait for this. You have plenty of time. No one's going to be able to get to this double touch right away. You're the last guy here, but you have plenty of time. Nobody is near you. You can wait for this ball to bounce off. Just kind of chill on the ground like right here. Wait for the ball to bounce, and then just run with it, you know? You dribble it, whatever you want to do. You have all that space, all that time. But instead, you go for this, you put yourself out of position as the goalie in that situation, and this guy gets a free shot. Because that guy's still rotating from the kickoff. So, I would just be more patient in that situation. Alright, solid kickoff. That guy's gonna cheat up. Yep, so this is just the example of that. This guy cheats up. And allows you to keep pressure like that. That's a really good save. What I will say right here, your teammate here already is there just in case this guy gets a bad clear and it like lands in this general area. So let him do that. Obviously he pre-jumps that, which I don't like that, but nonetheless, that's what his expectation is, to just be there in case this guy gets a bad clear. What you should be doing is facing towards their corner, I would say, right? Because of a situation like that, right? You don't have to worry about the midfield because your teammate will have this covered, or he should. You should be worrying more about covering this clear to the left, which is exactly what happens. If you were ready for that, you could have you know, gone for that ball before any of these guys and kept that pressure, because they triple committed into that corner. I don't know if that would be the same result had you been in the corner earlier. Maybe they would have gotten scared off, but you definitely could have gone to this ball way earlier than them, and who knows, it may have led to a goal. So it's all about just making sure you don't cover the same stuff that your teammates are covering. So obviously, like how, you know, your teammate was covering the middle area, you should cover the left area. Alright, so right here, sorry about that, I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. Another situation here where you could honestly just be flipping back, maybe using a little bit of boost while you flip. I would say, like, front flipping works, diagonal flipping is really good, and then there's speed flipping. If you can somehow master that. I haven't even mastered speed flipping, I just do diagonal flipping, but it works fine. But while you're just flipping, use a little bit of boost, maybe flip one more time, and you're already supersonic, right? And then obviously after you're supersonic, you see those trails behind your car, you don't need a boost anymore, because that's the max you can go. That's going to allow you to recover a lot quicker. Right here, you're pretty slow on the recovery. And then right here as well, you don't exactly know where your teammate is. I would just turn off ball cam real quick, take a quick check, quick peek, see if he's going to go for this at all, or if he wants you to go for this. Because what ends up happening here, he goes up, you go up, and you're kind of taking the same position throughout this entire play, right? If you were quicker on the recovery, you definitely could have gone for this instead of him. He would have understood, because you'd have been much closer to the ball. And you could have for sure been the definite second man in this play. Instead, here you are the second man. Like, you're way closer to this ball for sure. But this guy maybe doesn't see you, or I don't know what it is, but as soon as you see him flip forward, I would just let him go for it. He's already got momentum going into it. You got to remember, this is Diamond. So a lot of these guys, they don't really care where their teammates are. If the ball is near them, they're going to go for it. So just kind of keep that in mind. You might have to adjust how you play because of that, because of how others play. But it's important when you're solo queuing, especially, to ranking up. So just let him go for the ball. I would say, though, while that's happening, just do a quick camera check. Just see where the opponents are, because you have no vision on them right now. And if it's clear that this guy is going to get beat to the ball and you're closer, you can go for this. Like, that's fine. If he's going to get beat to it, though, or if he's not going to get beat to it and he can get a good 50, just let him go for it. Because you won't double commit, you'll keep your positioning, you'll be able to follow up whatever happens after, rather than both of you kind of overcommitting like that. But, you know, ends up being a good pass. The guy gets a good demo, so it makes up for it. I mean, obviously right there, not the most ideal touch. I mean, here's what I would personally recommend. I would say keep the way you're turned right now. This is fine. I would say just keep going this way, because when you're going straight down the field like this, it's tough. It's tough to clear it to the left or to the right. And obviously, you don't want to just clear this straight near the middle, which is exactly pretty much what you do. I mean, it's more to the left. I get that. But it's not into one of your corners, which is what you'd want if you're clearing it to the left or the right. This is more near the opponent, which is very scary. Luckily, your teammate realizes, oh, I can turn on this, which is great. But had you, like, been more on this side, more on the right side, you can make a much more sharper turn, easily clear this to your left corner, and you could grab that boost as well and, you know, make a play with that. But either way, this works out. And I think right here, let me just see. You might not have known exactly where that third guy was, so just another quick camera check would have been nice here. And I don't think you really should have been up any further, so I don't blame you on that. Because obviously if you were up further, that would have been a goal, but you got to keep in mind you were third man in this situation, which is, you kept that in mind, I'm assuming. So you're kind of thinking, well, what if this guy just clears it out? He obviously misses. But I would have just kept a quick camera check on that third guy, and probably would have seen him, been like, oh yeah, he's gonna get to this probably before I can. And he could just turn, probably rotate back through the left here, just turn back. That ends up, I mean, that's kind of probably scary, right? But it ends up being a decent back pass. Another thing as well, by committing to this, you're putting yourself way out of position, you're in their net. It's going to take you a bit to recover, gives you a boost. So that's another thing. Yeah, a little bit awkward there, but yeah, you get that boost, that's fine. I would say right here, this is good, facing up on this play. Keep this sort of position, and wait to see what happens here. Now, you'll pretty much be able to tell, alright, there's no way this ball is going back towards our net. This guy is either going to back pass it this way, or just hit it that way, or this guy's going to hit it. Either way, this guy's going to be there. So, where you were beforehand, where you positioned yourself, turn this way, that's fine. Just keep yourself turned that way, and then turn even more left to where you're facing their net. So you should be facing their net right then, right? Obviously, in the end, it goes backwards, but it's good to always be pre-positioned properly, because it's going to allow you to get to plays a lot quicker, which is so important, especially as you rank up. For every, turn like this could honestly, screw you a couple seconds, and you won't be able to get to the ball as quick as you probably should have. But either way, I mean, that ball gets past you, so you end up going back. That is fine. And I like this, just staying patient and then challenging at the right time. That is good. And I mean, this is fine too. Obviously, I would have recommended, tilting your car more to the right and then jumping out for this, but this guy was in the way, so I don't know if there's much you could have done there, but yeah, you end up rotating back, getting some pads. I like this. Let me just see here really quick. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of awkward, I would say, just in case that guy booms it. You know what it is? This guy, he just, suddenly turned around. He was facing towards it, and then he turned around. So this is a bit awkward, but luckily, that guy doesn't get a good hit. Oh, man, that was close. Obviously, right here, you kind of actually turn away from this ball right at the very end. Yeah, so that's just unfortunate with the air rolling. Maybe not, you probably didn't have as much control as you needed to get this hit, because I could tell you were going a little bit away from this ball towards the end there, but had you gotten this hit, this would have been huge, because this guy already flipped up. He has momentum going this way. He's at third man, so it's a pretty bad play by him to just assume that this guy's gonna win this. Obviously, they would all be kind of out of position. Andrew, you kind of saw there for a brief moment. He was already turned back, so you'd probably have to deal with him. But you guys would probably be in a 3-on-1. These guys would be out of the play. You would have hit that forward. You push up with this thing. Your teammates would have already been ready to push up with you, and you guys probably could have gotten a goal out of that. Right here, you're already facing towards your net, which is where you need to go. So I'd say from here, just hold the accelerate, start front flipping, get where you need to be. Right here, you're reversing, so you're going backwards, and then you're doing a half flip. It's kind of just wasting more time for the same purpose, really. You could have been back here a lot quicker. Heck, you probably could have been on this wall quicker. But yeah, instead, that's kind of awkward. Yeah, I think on some of these aerials as well, you're not tilting your car back. So it's not like tilted as upwards. Right? So I would just kind of work on that. Work on some of those wall reads. But anyways, after this, rotating back, good bump. And I like the soft touch because the good thing about a soft touch here instead of a hard touch is it allows you to follow this up with a 50. So you're able to, in a way, just keep control of this. Right there, probably not the hit you wanted. But what I would do here instead is just wait for this. This opponent, he's already going all the way back to his corner. He has momentum towards that corner. So right here, just wait, let the ball roll down. Yeah, just let the ball bounce, roll down, whatever. And as it's rolling down, just tilt your car back towards the field. Just do a quick little right turn. And all of a sudden, you have possession of this ball. And you can go for a dribble, do whatever. Even though you have 0 boost, you can still get an effective flick. So you could either flick it on target, you could flick it above onto their backboard for a teammate to follow up. That would have been a lot better. Instead, really, you would have just given this up by hitting it, because they were already there, ready for it. Okay. Alright, I would say right here, after that backflip, you want to get back as soon as possible, but you also don't have boost. I would say instead of going for this middle boost, go for this corner boost. By going for this middle boost, it's going to take you longer to get back to your net. Just going to this corner boost is going to be a lot quicker. Less turns that you have to make, right? You can just go here and then naturally go back post here. Instead, you get this boost, and then you kind of go towards this ball a little bit too much. Once again, try to go to the back post. And this is why the corner boost is also better. It's much easier to just naturally go to your back post. Here it's a bit tougher, because you can't actually see where it is. And instead, you get in this situation where you're too far up to hit this ball properly into the corner. This is like that one situation where you were just going straight down the middle here and the ball came at you and you couldn't hit it properly to your corner. It was a very slow hit back kind of near the opponent. Same thing happens here. You actually just give this guy the ball a free shot as well. But he ends up missing, thankfully. But here, you know, try to go back post. If you need to, once again, turn off your ball cam just so you know where that is. Or, better yet, could have gone for that corner boost. It would have been a lot easier. And then, you're coming from the back post. You can much easily boom it into your corner. And then that guy, your teammate on the left, he would have already been in that corner, would have grabbed that boost. He would have been able to take that ball and do whatever with it. And obviously, the opponents committed quite a bit on that play too, so it would have been so much easier for you guys to get a counterattack. Anyways, your teammate bumps you a little bit. That's, you know, it is what it is. Nice, you take over for him because he's kind of struggling. Get a 50. Let me just see here. Get that boost. Yeah, I mean, this is your ball to go for. Ideally, the best spot would be to hit it on the left, but just from where you are, it's kind of impossible for that to happen, so even if you try to hit it to your corner... I'm trying to see. Yeah, trying to get it to your corner here is very awkward. Plus, this guy could even turn to your corner to get this ball. So yeah, I think that's whatever. You're just hitting it away. It allows your teammate to actually get boost, which is fine. And as a result, he's actually going to be able to hit that. So that's a good touch, actually. It's slow enough to where they can't really do anything, but your teammate is actually in that area to do something, and he gets boost. So it works out. I think that works pretty well. Here you try to get a pinch. And since it is bouncing, I wouldn't recommend a pinch here. I would only recommend it if it's rolling up to the wall. So it's, yeah, not really going to be what you exactly want. But luckily it works, I guess. I mean, they double commit. They don't really get the touch they want. Here, Just rotate back post a little bit earlier once again. Right? Just go to your corner. You see it. You're kind of turned towards there, but you don't go towards your corner. And this is a problem, because now both of you are near post. Alright, so I'm just noticing a lot in this replay. You're not playing the back post as much as you should. Right, so you could have gotten that corner, rotated back post. This guy would have had the near post covered. Even if he's kind of awkward, or doesn't get the best touch, you're still back post. You can cover almost any shot. Actually, that's fine. Okay, this is fine. Alright, I mean, you're trusted your teammate. It works out. I'm trying to see right here if you could have maybe dribbled. I don't know. I think that's fine, though. That's fine. It's a good hit here. But, as you notice, you probably realize this, too, as you went up. You had 5 boost, so there's physically no way you can get to this double tap. But you have a very good option here. When you're in this situation, there's 4 things you can do here. The first is go for this double tap, which you can't do. That's not really an option because you don't have enough boost. Second thing is go for a bump on this goalie. Once again, can't really do that. You don't have enough boost, so the bump is very predictable because you're going to be very slow, and you're also not going to be supersonic to get a demo. Third option, rotate back. Well, okay. Okay, we'll just say there's 3 options, okay? Third option, go for this corner boost. Whenever you see those opportunities to go for a corner boost and it's not going to affect your rotation, go for it, right? The more you can starve their corner boosts, the more awkward the opponents are going to be, the more panicked they're going to be. They're going to start double committing, it's going to leave the net open more, and it's just going to break down their defense. It's going to give you guys a much easier opportunity to get a goal here. So if you can naturally get a corner boost from your rotation, do it. That would have been so much better. You would have gotten that boost. Okay, well, either way, you guys scored. So that's fine. But just kind of for the future, if you're in those kind of scenarios, just go for that corner boost, you know. Which you may or may not have already kind of realized that, but just want to point it out. Alright, here's this perfectly to you. I feel like you maybe, just maybe, could have left the ball a little bit more here. Gone for a dribble. But it ends up being fine. Because I guess that guy was actually pretty close to the ball, but still. Andrew kind of messes up with his flips, so that works out. And, you know, I like the idea of the shot. That guy kind of came in, though. I think your problem here is you slowed down a bit too much. Because you can actually see that guy turning right behind you. Right here, you just want to boost towards it a bit more. And just go for that tighter angle. Although I do like the idea of taking your time, but sometimes, like if you're trying to get champ as well, you gotta go for these sooner rather than later, just because of situations like that where that guy gets behind you very quickly. So yeah, just kind of boosting more towards this so you're closer to that ball, and then shooting it from there. That way that guy can't hit it. Okay, all 5 of them go for that there. Yeah, right here. I would just go back. Yeah, this is chalked. I think this is fine. You don't necessarily need boost. Right, you're staying near this. And I love this. You single jump into this to slow it down. And you have all this space, which is amazing. So you can take this boost, you can take this ball, and you can do whatever. It's even rolling up the wall, so you have an option there. You could also dribble it, which might be a little bit easier. You don't have to use as many mechanics if you're dribbling the ball there. Oh, you go for C. Okay, yeah, I don't like this idea too much. Number one, the ball, you can see right here it bounces, so it's very tough to get a good setup when it bounces like that. You want it to roll perfectly. So once again, if you want it to guaranteed roll, just single jump into it. But, right here, the ceiling shot is very risky, because if it doesn't work, like right here, you're putting yourself out of position, you're using all your boost to get to the ball and then get down, and any chance of a counterattack you guys had to tie this game is out the window, and in fact, they might even get one more. Okay, they don't. Oh, wow, okay, so it's still up. I don't know if it's gonna stay. Yeah, I didn't stay up. So, right here, you guys had a great counterattack opportunity. You kind of just went very risky with this one, with the ceiling shot. I think even an air dribble might have been better. But even then, the setup just wasn't there. I think as soon as you see this ball, like, kind of bounce like that... I'm trying to think. Maybe be a little bit careful. Because you still have time to just, once again... I don't know. Right here as well, you might need to jump. I think you jump when you're too above the ball. I'm just trying to look at like what you could have done mechanically better here. Although I'm not too much of a mechanics. I don't analyze mechanics nearly enough. It's more of like the positioning, but right there when you were under the ball, that's what you probably need to jump for it. I think you just jumped at it a bit late, but nonetheless, just risky with the ceiling shot. I think going for some sort of dribble might have been better. Plus, you're so far back. Yeah, you are like on the other side trying to get a ceiling shot, which does give them time to actually read it. So that's actually another thing with that, but yeah. Close game though. Close game. So yeah, I tried to go in depth as much as possible. So I would honestly say, it's gonna be hard for me to remember everything, but one of the main things that I saw is just not rotating to the back post enough. I think you can do that a little bit more. And then, yeah, it's so hard for me to get a recap at the top of my head. I think if I were like taking notes on this as I was reviewing it, would have been so much easier to recap this, but I guess you were also kind of rushing some hits. Just take your time a little bit more on some stuff, especially if you have the space. And yeah, also the reason why back post and just trying to, when you're rotating back, not rotate through the middle as the last guy back as much, is because it's going to be hard for you to clear to the left or the right, which is ideally where you want it to go. You don't want to keep the ball around where your net is going to be, unless you know your teammate can come in and swoop that ball from you. But I mean, overall, I hope I covered a good amount of stuff in this video. There was a lot that we went over today, but I think just going over everything, even if, you know, a mistake that you had or something you could have done better still led to a goal for you guys, I think it's still good to go over everything. Because once again, you are trying to get to Champ 1, so I just want to give as many tips as I possibly can, and I hope these help you, man. Obviously, I wouldn't expect to become magically better right away. It's going to take time to sort of apply these tips to your game, and just keep them in the back of your mind. Because there's some habits, right? Like rotating back posts, you're going to have to make that more of a habit. That's something that I've made more of a habit over the past like year. And it's just something I do naturally now. So, you know, just yeah, man, just try to apply some of these tips. It's fine if you don't manage to apply them all the time. It's going to take time. It's going to take practice. But I really hope these tips kind of give you a better idea of some of the stuff that you can improve on to get to Champ 1. And hopefully you can hit that goal, man. I'm rooting for you. And thank you so much once again for submitting this replay. And if you guys want your own replays reviewed, once again, hit up the Discord. Go ahead and join that link in the description. And, you know, submit your replay file if you want to do what Sky did here. And, you know, record your own POV and put it on YouTube. If you're on a console, that's fine. But once again, if you do have a replay file, it does allow me to get a little bit more information and give you the most accurate insight that I can for each play. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this and are enjoying this series. Please be sure to leave a like if you are, and I will see you all in the next video. And be sure to subscribe as well if you guys like the replay review content. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.